Hi, hello, my name's Beth. I'm an avid reader and an aspiring author, and today I've got some books to haul. I was finally let loose in a bookshop a couple of days ago, after not being in one for a year. The fact that I've only got 15 books next to me is incredible. Some of them are new, some of them were bought from a second-hand shop. So let's stop waffling and let's get into this, because we've got lots of books to talk about. And I'm sitting to one side because I've got a pile of books on my chair and I'm just having to support them so they don't fall all over the floor. So I'm going to start with this pile before they do go everywhere. And the first book is The Familiars, which, oh my goodness, look at this cover. It is so delightful. And it's about a 17-year-old who's married and pregnant, but this is her fourth time, and she's going through life. She goes through a witchcraft. She gets accused of witchcraft and has to go through the trial whilst pregnant, I think. My nan recommended this, or my nan picked it up, so I was like, I'll pick it up too, and we can read it together like a little granddaughter-daughter book club. But this is historical fiction. It's set in 1612, so I'm really excited to read this, and more than anything, what excites me is it's got big words. Big words. Big words. All I want in life is books with slightly bigger text. I don't care if it makes the book longer. It makes reading when tired that much easier. Next we have the most beautiful book I think I've ever spent money on. And that is a copy of To Kill the Mockingbird. No, that's not. To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. I've read extracts of this for literature courses I've been on, but I've never read the full book, and I found this in a second-hand store, and I just wanted this absolutely gorgeous book on my shelf. And then when I'm doing little Instagram photo shoots, I've got a cute book as well. But I am going to read it. I'm not entirely sure what To Kill a Mockingbird is actually about anymore. I should have looked up a synopsis before this. This would have been helpful, but most people have heard of To Kill a Mockingbird, right? It's a classic now. And I've not read... Go Set a Watchman? Is that the second one? I have it, but it's at my parents' house, 600 miles away. So, gotta read this first anyway. Whilst we're on the topic of classics, War of the Worlds, the classic novel by H.G. Wells. I am a big fan of the musical, to the point where I know the entire soundtrack from start to finish, all of it. And I thought it would be good if I finally picked up the book to read it. So this is SciFi. It's about this Martian capsule landing on Horsell Common in London. Oh, it's Woking. Is that London? Somewhere down south. And the calamity that ensues afterwards. And this cover makes me so happy. It's just so beautiful. Also, do you know what else makes me really happy? Floppy books. If I was in charge of book laws, the law of books, the people who create books, they would all be floppy books. Because it's really hard to crack the spine on an already floppy book. Staying with classics, I'm finally getting around to reading The Lord of the Rings, and I bought new copies because my partner has copies, yes. I can't read them. I've got eyesight issues and the words are so small, so we had to go out. We went out to a second-hand bookshop specifically to find a copy of Fellowship of the Rings, and then possibly the other two with slightly nicer formatting. The first books we laid eyes upon pretty much were these books. As you can see, I'm currently reading. I'm hoping to finish these by the end of May, so everybody wish me luck because there's a lot of content here. But also, I've been really bad and I watched the film of those before I read the books. I'm not ashamed. Okay, maybe I'm a little bit, because now I'm just comparing them to the film. And at least the film gets through things a bit quicker than the books does. Oh, excuse me. And then next we have The Keeper of Lost Things. This is another one I bought secondhand, but I don't think this book has ever been read. I think it's a brand new book that I bought for £2.50. And The Keeper of Lost Thing is about Anthony, who's spent his life collecting things. And he's trying to get these things, or he dies, I think, and his assistant is trying to get back, like, reunite every person with their things that they've lost. So I think it's going to be a really interesting read. And it's only a short book, so feels like it'll be a nice summer read, if we ever get summer in Scotland, which I'm starting to doubt. Next we have this book that has been everywhere at the moment, is Where the Crawdads Sing. I want to keep saying Where the Crawdads Sing. I'm not really sure what this is about. I know it's like set in the 69, according to the back of this. Someone is found dead. Yep, this sounds interesting. I'm not sure, because it's North Carolina. Is this like... I studied American history, and I still don't know where any of the states are. North Carolina. Is that part of the South? Is this part of... Does this count as Southern... Not Southern literature, but like... But anyway, I'm excited. Because it's set in America in the 70s. Well, late 60s. And I love that time period. Not that you'd be able to tell from the art videos uploaded, but most of the time I'm dressed in a very 70s fashion. I am wearing flares today, so this book just seemed right up my street. And I did a lot of work on, like, that type of period in my study. So, talking about oh my god, my mind's just gone blank. America? I think this is set in America. Yes, this one's the one set in a southern town. I don't know if that one is as well. And that's The Vanishing Half, and it's about a set of twins, and they're trying to get away from their hometown, and then one of them ends up back there with a kid, and the other one's trying to, like, not interact with any of her past life, and they like gradually intersect again. And I'm really excited for this book because it just sounds so good, and I've not heard a lot of people talking about this, but like, A, look at that cover. Why would you not pick that cover up if you saw it in a bookstore? And B, it sounds like an incredible story, so more people should talk about this. Or like, I've not seen much on Book talk about this, so I recommend you pick this up. Well, I've not read it, but I recommend you possibly go and look at it and see if it's your kind of thing. Then I got Cecilia Ahern Perfect. I mostly got this because it was £4 for £1 in a charity shop, and it was the only one that looked somewhat interesting to me. I've never read a Cecilia Ahern. I know people rave about her writing. But it's the last one on the run apparently, so yeah, I'll probably like this. I'll probably enjoy it. I just want to show you all the pretty covers I've picked up more than anything, honestly. And at least, hey, you might see a book and think, I'm interested in that. I just picked up a copy of Alice in Wonderland because I've never actually read it. I've seen the film. I've seen the films. There's more than one now. But I've never read this. And again, floppy book. It's not quite as floppy, but floppy books. More people need to make floppy books. that is like my main opinion about books, is more floppy books. Next up, I have The Dog Share. This is just a really cute romance, or it sounds like a really cute romance about a woman finding a dog, and then a man also, a chance encounter with a complete stranger, a male, and they have enough love to go round and share this dog? I don't know. I'm gonna find out though, because look at this cover. It is beautiful. Next we have Hamlet. This is a story of a boy named Hamlet searching everywhere for help for his sister. Their mother is like a mile away growing medicinal herbs. Their father is working in London. Neither parent knows that Hamlet will not survive the week. Dun dun dun. So this sounds incredible, and I mainly picked this up because Hamlet, and I've never read Hamlet, but apparently it's very similar, and I like Shakespeare. Although this annoys me. It's not a sticker, it's part of the cover. But considering I picked this up for like 2 for £9 in Tesco, I'll let it slide. Just this once. I'm still angry about the sticker though. Next up we have a brand new book. This is the first book I ever pre-ordered, and that is Victoria Aveyard's Roundbreaker. And it's so pretty. I've never read any Victoria Aveyard's other books, because her series now are quite sizable, so I thought if I start with the new series it wouldn't be quite so intimidating, although this is a chunky book. But the back, I'll read you the back because, well, it's not the blurb, but it's got like a cool thing on the back. A squire, the survivor of a failed quest, an immortal, timeless and unfathomable, an assassin skilled and heartless, an old sorceress holding secrets behind her teeth, a pirate's daughter, the ward's last hope. The heroes are gone, but the fight to save the world has only just begun. Oh my god, it sounds so good. And this, once I've finished Lord of the Rings, this is what I'm picking up straight afterwards, because A, I want to hold this book for a period of time and just stare at its cover. B, I was going to call it the film. The book itself sounds incredible. Although saying film, I would not be surprised if this is good if it gets turned into a film or a series. Yeah, I reckon that could happen. I'm getting a very precarious stack of books down here. So I'm just going to move over. And my final book is the Dragonlance series. This is actually 3 books in one. It's chunky, but it's also a floppy book, so it's not too bad. And I just picked this up because dragons. And the fact it's a full series and a single book also made me happy. I've just tried to look at the blurb to see what it's about. The blurb doesn't actually tell you anything. It just says dragons, creatures of legend. Stories told to children, but now dragons have returned to Kryn. The darkness of war and destruction engulfs the land. I mean, it's enticing, but tell me a bit more. I want to know more about the book. Also, this cover is kind of ugly. Like, the drawings themselves are nice, but why is it on this horrible... I don't like it. But anyway, that is all 15 books that I have bought recently. I'm hoping this pile of books doesn't fall. I'm just going to put a hand on it and hope for the best. Those are all the books I've bought recently. I hope you've enjoyed seeing what I have spent money on. And I hope that maybe you might want to pick up one of these books if you hadn't already known about them. I know I'm not good at explaining books. This is the first ever book haul I've made, and hopefully I will get better. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye!